or something like that. Outside, lost in the ocean. Inside.
The city of Dallas, Texas, the location for the Jazz, for the Dallas Mavericks. They've been rolling all year, and nobody can seem to slow them down. At home tonight, they're looking for their next victim. Jazz, Mavs, up next. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Tim Legler and Greg Anthony, and our reporter on the sideline tonight, Allie LaForce. And a look at the block shot number over the last few seasons for Anthony Davis.
I'm not surprised that his block averages have fallen off the past few seasons. He's at that point of his career where it's tough to meet the physical demands of this game.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Collier the point with Bailey on the wing. Niang out there with Walker Kessler. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Mavericks, the 4 and 5, it's Davis and Lively. Irving and Thompson are the guard set. And it's Marshall in at the small forward. So, Greg, with all-star voting underway, there are plenty of deserving players, but only 12 spots for each conference. It is very difficult to choose.
And that's why it feels like someone gets snubbed every year. I'd love to see the league expand the rosters to 15 spots. Remember, we had 12-man rosters back when there were only 9 teams.
Here's Collier, covered by Irving. Pass to Collier. Now Kessler. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Well, with that kind of success, I imagine they'll continue to be aggressive inside.
Now, here is Irving. Averaging around 27.5 points a game, one of the best in the league. They get it back. And it's Davis finishing it off.
Yeah, I love the work ethic there by AD. He just committed to out-hustling everybody.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. Pass to Collier. Here's Niang. Bailey passes to Niang. 6 on the shot clock. And Lively over to help. Hits it from three-point range.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And maybe more than any team in the West, GA, the Jazz, really committing to the rebuild.
Well, in the West, it seems like you got 13 or 14 teams all trying to win now, and it just doesn't work that way. So it's not just about talent, it's also about timing.
Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. The Jazz shooting their first foul shot of the night. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. You know, you got to be impressed with the size and athleticism of this Mavericks front court, Tim.
And now the addition of Cooper Flagg at small forward. So in addition to all the length and mobility they already had, this now makes them the match of any team in the league in that regard. A point-blank range, that is too easy.
Pass to Davis. Drives to the hoop. And it's slammed in by Davis.
That's what makes Davis such a tough matchup. His ability to put the ball on the floor at his size.
Down low, here's Kessler. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It goes on Dereck Lively.
He gets right to the rim, but the defense there to deter him.
The Jazz have shot just 1 free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game. The first one falls. And in the summer of 2022, Greg, the Utah Jazz traded away their franchise cornerstones, Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell.
And that signaled the beginning of their rebuild, but they've overachieved for a couple of seasons now that ended last year when they really bottomed out.
Well, that's AD at his best, playing big and finishing at the rim.
Here's Collier to the right side. Here's Sensabaugh from outside off the mark. The Mavericks have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Lively. Kessler with the rebound.
Well, protecting the rim, plays like that really bolster your defense.
That's good by Sensabaugh.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Mavericks trail by 4. Irving looking for an opening. And it's Davis finishing it off.
Often you see Kyrie creating for himself, but he can also make room for others with his play calls.
Spins. Pass to Bailey. Now, Niang. No good from outside.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And finished off by Lively.
And we know Thompson can do damage as a scorer, but they're showing off his ability to pass it.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's foul number 2 for him.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Mavericks making a switch here. Russell's checked in. So it's Utah now. To the paint. Here's Niang. That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
To the middle. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Russell. And how is the West shaping up, guys? Well, let's take a moment here to check it out now that the mid-season grind is well underway. Let's take a look at Dallas. And not a surprise, really, to see them sitting there in that number 1 spot in the conference. The excellent brand of basketball they've been putting on display lately has been terrific. And, of course, there's Utah. They're looking to salvage what they can of the season.
That's a great look. His teammate was on the move, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Pass to Marshall. Thompson outside. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Russell. The rebound by Niang. Jazz leading by 4. Bailey with a wide open look. Off target from 3-point range. Davis kicks to Thompson. Davis setting the pick for Thompson. He gets it in there. Thompson's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
And this is Thompson's game. A lights-out shooter from basically anywhere on the floor.
Pass to Collier. And the call will be against Najee Marshall. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for Dallas. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Dereck Lively. Caleb Martin comes in for Anthony Davis. And it's Max Christie in for Marshall. Here's Sensabaugh. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. 5 on the clock. In the corner, it's Kessler. Pass to Niang. Jacks up a 3. That shot is off. The Mavericks have gone 7 of 11 from the field to begin the game. So finds Christie. Russell looking around. Now Martin. Out to Russell. Martin with the screen for Russell. Drills the 3-pointer.
Hitting 3-pointers, so important in today's NBA. Good thing Russell's got the range and confidence to do so.
And it's out of bounds. The Jazz able to retain possession here. And now the 2K leaderboard, a list of the teams that have rebounded the ball tremendously over the last 10 games. 5th, the Mavericks.
What a show of strength in terms of rebounding. I mean, they've really controlled the glass here of late, playing with some extreme physicality.
Exum, he's checked in for Klay Thompson. On defense, the Mavericks. Kessler, screen on Christie. Pass to Sensabaugh. 6 to shoot. Shoots the 3. They get the rebound. Kessler, screen on Christie. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. And here they come. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
And Tim, you think about rim-running centers, Daniel Gafford typifies that type of player.
Yeah, Kevin, he's a great finisher. He knows when to dive at the rim. And what you like with Gafford is that he's willing to meet you there defensively as well.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. And Gafford throws it down.
Well, this is a good reminder for anybody who thinks he's too small for a 5. His athletic ability totally levels the playing field.
Jazz trail by 3. There's 45 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And Niang now top of the key. Rebounded by Gafford.
Yeah, and that's a shot he'll make 90% of the time. He just couldn't get it to go right there.
Right side Martin. Pass to Christie. From downtown. Rebounded by the Jazz. Here's Sensabaugh.
Sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
8 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here's Russell. And that one drops for him. Russell's got 5 now.
Oh, terrific work finishing a soft move like that. The finger roll.
Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders for Dallas. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Mavericks.
Tons of points off penetration so far, guys. They're driving at will on the defense, just taking whatever they want.
And their ball movement has been next level. When your team is playing unselfishly like this, that is tough to beat.
Taking a look at the Jazz. Nurkic is out there with Kyle Filipowski. Then there's Kyle Anderson. Then it's Williams. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. Anthony Davis talked about what motivates him. He said championships, the things I do in the community, being a good teammate, playing hard. All that stuff matters the most to me. Don't get me wrong, money is amazing, but my legacy will win that battle every time. Guys, back to you.
Priorities straight. All right, Allie, we thank you very much. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Nurkic.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Outside for Davis. Shoots over Filipowski. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Davis has got the lead up to 5 now for the Mavs. Lets it go with the 3. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Davis has got his 5th rebound in this one. Russell. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. That's 7 points for D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Anderson against Russell. Anderson, the bounce pass. Shot clock at 6. Williams for 3. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 6 rebounds here tonight. And Gafford throws it down.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, they have just found the better look, and they are capitalizing.
And the Jazz call time here. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Here's Sensabaugh. Tim is one of the most accurate three-point shooters this league has ever seen. Give us your top shooters in the game today.
Yeah, it's funny because you always say, well, obviously Steph, so it's almost like any conversation puts him in a different category. I obviously agree with that. I look at a guy like Damian Lillard with that unlimited range and his ability to pull up from anywhere. Even a guy like Trae Young, I would put into that category because of the range, Kevin. It just extends defenses so far.
What a list. In the corner, it's Martin. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. To the inside. Pass to Sensabaugh. Offline with his three. So for the Jazz, their last game, a loss to the Bulls in Chicago. Exum kicks to Davis. Here's Russell. Davis surveying the floor. Right at the free throw line. Good, he hits the jump shot. Davis has got 8 points here in this quarter.
Well, his team is up, and he's a big reason why. And it's a little easier to shoot when you know you've got an advantage on the scoreboard.
And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play. That sends Isaiah Collier to the free throw line. That's on Daniel Gafford. George Niang, he's checked in for Kyle Filipowski. Nurkic with the steal. Pass to Collier. It's off his leg. And the ref saying he kicked it. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Here's Sensabaugh. Clock at 6. Inside. Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
And uses balance along with fluidity to finish at the rim. Nurkic is a unique big.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Dereck Lively, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. Najee Marshall comes in for Caleb Martin. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Dante Exum. And Irving subbed in for D'Angelo Russell. Beyond the arc. That's it, and the Dallas lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Bailey.
There's no question Bailey can score from anywhere. The defense cannot allow this guy to run free.
Irving passes to Thompson. Pass to Davis. In the corner, Irving with it. Over Collier. Irving misses.
Yeah, he's got to be mad at himself for missing that one, especially considering the defense didn't really affect him.
And finished off by Nurkic.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Well, defensively, you can't allow that in a game this close.
And it's good, 2 points.
And I'll tell you right now, Kyrie is the best guard at his size I've ever seen at finishing.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
For Dallas, they've gotten nearly everything to fall for them here in the second quarter. They're a great 7 of 8 from the floor. And here's Marshall from the arc. Rebound by Nurkic. Looking at Dallas, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Nuggets.
What a duel that was. Exciting all the way to the end. Really a shame someone had to walk away with an L.
Really tough loss in overtime in that last game. It took a lot out of them. I'm curious to see how they respond in this one.
The defender has Irving closely covered, but he's just so determined to get through the contact and to the bucket.
Pass to Bailey. Nice ball movement by Utah. No luck that time in the shot that would have put them on top. And he's still going, but Klay Thompson has always been celebrated for his run with the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, Kevin, 4 titles, 5 All-Star appearances, 37 points in a quarter. Klay and Steph comprising quite possibly the greatest backcourt tandem in league history.
checked in for the Mavericks. And Utah with a change here, too. Kessler's checked in. On defense, the Mavericks. And he lays it straight in. Kessler's got 10 points.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Pass to Lively. And finished off by Lively.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Here's Collier. 6 points for him. Here's Sensabaugh. 59 seconds left in the second quarter. Misses for the 5th time this game, marking it 1 for 6.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Well, the defense was solid, but usually I expect him to make that layup.
Here's Collier. He's covered by Thompson. Pass to Sensabaugh. Just 5 on the clock. To the middle. Here's Collier. And the rejection by Lively. Outside for Martin. Irving up top. 38 points for him last game against Denver.
But he also had an impact as a facilitator, generating offense for others.
Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders for the Dallas Mavericks. His stat line has been terrific. As the quarter ends, he's already got a double-double. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
Did you miss us? Stupid question. Of course you did, and we missed you. And tonight we kick off with our mid-season focus on power rankings.
Look here now, the Mavericks. They're the top dog at the moment. You have to say they've earned it with their play on the court. Stellar performances.
You can nitpick other spots in the power rankings, but you have to agree that this team has shown they deserve that number one spot, Shaq.
Can you repeat what I just said one more time and watch what happens? This is exactly what I said. I said you can nitpick other spots in the power rankings, but you have to agree this team has shown they deserve the number one spot. It's just what I said.
And talking about our game now, a very solid first half for the Mavericks.
I usually only see Shaq drool when it comes to food, but their performance on the board tonight, it's getting to him a little bit.
I'm not gonna lie, I like what I've seen.
Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You know, Davis has been exceptional here, guys.
Well, it didn't take him long to get that double-double. Already has it halfway through the game.
For most guys, that's a night's work. It shows you how dominant he's been to this point.
Here's Collier. Irving and Thompson are the guard set. The 4 and 5, it's Davis and Lively. And it's Marshall in at the 3. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. And the Mavericks with possession here, following the bucket by the Jazz. And finished off by Lively.
Given his shooting ability, Irving presents a ton of problems in the pick and roll.
Jazz trail by 5. Pass to Bailey. Launches it. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Davis has got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Irving kicks to Davis. Over Kessler. Davis setting the pick for Thompson. Good! Thompson makes it look so easy.
And this is Thompson's calling card, an exceptional shooter from downtown.
Kessler against Lively. Pass to Collier. Here's Niang. Fires the three. Great tee that time from Davis.
You know, all the credit goes to the defender. It's very hard to contest threes without fouling.
Watching Davis run up court, very light on his feet for a big fella.
Out left to the wing. And there's the drive. Now Niang. Here's Collier. 6 points for him.
Yeah, just 25% to start this half. They're going to have to start getting higher percentage shots.
Stolen. Bailey with the ball. Guarded now by Irving. The Jazz again can't hit it.
This is definitely not how they envision starting the second half.
Marshall gets the bucket.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
Well, you have to love the execution, and you have to love the relentlessness.
And the Jazz call time here. Now to check out how the All-Star voting is shaping up.
And I tell you, the excitement's starting to ratchet up a little bit as the tallies start coming in.
Well, you look at Davis. He stands at number 2 in the Western Conference. The fans giving him the backing he deserves.
No doubt about it. And it's been an outstanding campaign for him, and he's got to be a part of that starting lineup.
And we'll keep you posted as the voting continues.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Thompson for 3. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 6 assists here tonight.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Niang, and they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
3 points.
Niang's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Irving passes to Davis. And it's Dallas with another.
And usually teams go on runs and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks, but not now.
And over 3 years in high school, Anthony Davis shot up from being 6'2" to 6'10". But Greg, he brought those guard skills with him.
And Kevin, that transformation as a pro also significant, adding over 30 pounds to his frame. And with his wingspan over 7'5", he is a physical presence.
Thompson inside the line, and Dallas again with the bucket.
And amazing what they're doing on offense here. Perfect from the field to start the half.
Pass to Kessler. To the inside. And finished off by Bailey.
And no shortage of agility for Bailey. He just leaps up to the rim.
Irving drives in, and that one is good. Irving's got 9.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
Well, whatever they talked about at halftime, it's working now.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Here's Collier. He has 6. Pass to Kessler. Now Bailey. He's covered by Thompson. Shot clock at 5. Now Niang. Sensible.
Oh, you have a feeling this will be a completely different game if it wasn't for his brutal shooting performance.
High post, Davis. Working on Niang. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
They bullied the defense here in the paint. Look at all of those buckets inside. Just hard to defend in the paint.
Well, and how about the damage they've done attacking the basket? The defense has had no answers for how to slow them down in that area. I love the aggressiveness.
And Utah making a change here. Anderson's checked in. Jazz trail by 15. Here's Collier. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game.
It's hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop.
If Kyrie gets any daylight, he is taking it to the rim.
And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys. The NBA studies other leagues. Commissioner Adam Silver said, I'm a fan of what baseball did with the pitch clock and the size of bases, increasing the engagement and the entertainment value of the game. If they're able to make changes, certainly we shouldn't be afraid to do the same. Guys?
Some forward thinking. Allie, we thank you very much. A shot by Thompson and no one's around. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got his 8th assist here tonight. Here's Collier, and the rejection by Lively. And it's out of bounds. Nice touch by Lively. Daniel Gafford's checked in for the Mavericks. Russell comes in for Marshall. Kyle Filipowski's checked in for the Jazz. So it's the Jazz now. They trail by 18. Here's Gafford, and Gafford throws it down.
Getting everyone involved. Russell operating the offense like a seasoned vet.
And for the Jazz, they're shooting a pretty brutal 29% since the break. Here's Davis, and it's sent back by Kessler. Thompson outside. Here's the three. Utah with the rebound.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the three-point lane.
Here's Bailey. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on Thompson.
And no doubt, one of the more polarizing prospects in this year's rookie class. Bailey makes shots few others can, but he's still adding strength and polish to his all-around game.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Caleb Martin's checked in for Davis. Max Christie comes in for Thompson. And it's Dante Exum in for Irving. You often hear that the skill level in the league has never been higher, Greg, and some say this is the peak of the game. What do you think?
And I'll tell you this, Kevin, I'm not complaining. If the league can improve upon this, the sky is really the limit.
There's always a need for shot makers in the NBA, GA, and that's what Ace Bailey brings to the fore.
Bailey has a smooth jumper with a high release point that allows him to shoot over just about any defender. And when you pair that with his physical tools, his upside is through the roof.
Rebounded by the Jazz. Kessler's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
For Utah, they have shot just above 55% of the line, going 5 of 9.
Only shooting 71 really on the season, so there is plenty of room for improvement.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Both good from the line that time. Dallas leading by 19. Russell kicks to Martin. Just his first attempt. Pass to Exum. The tray. Utah with the rebound.
I'm surprised he missed that one. He is a dangerous guy to leave open.
Finished off by Bailey.
And what a big night for Bailey. Scoring it well. I have a feeling there are going to be a lot of these performances in his future.
Russell, no luck. Jazz trail by 17. Stolen by Exum. And here's the fast break. Russell leading the way. It's a hand on it. Pass to Exum. There's the three. Cans it from downtown. And the Mavericks lead by 20.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Well, they certainly have the shooters to do it. It's just about finding that rhythm.
1 second left. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Takes an incredible amount of focus and concentration. That's making the most of a possession.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks cruising into the quarter break with a 22-point lead. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Well, coaches love unselfishness, and this is exactly what they're referring to.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Taking a look at the Jazz. Filipowski's out there with Nurkic. And there's Anderson. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 2-guard. And a miss there on the triple.
Well, if you take low percentage shots, you are going to have difficulty making them.
Here's Davis. Sinks the 15-footer. Davis has got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Dallas.
And what a night. They just keep going to Davis.
And finished off by Nurkic.
Well, he led his teammate and hit him in stride. You really can't do it any better than that.
To the paint. And Gafford throws it down.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
You're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk. All of it perfect. Here's Hendricks. And Davis sends it back.
And that's what makes AD special, protecting that rim.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Klay Thompson comes in for Caleb Martin. And Irving subbed in for D'Angelo Russell. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. And Nurkic gets it to go.
Well, he's certainly not the reason they're down. If they're going to grab the lead here, more guys are going to have to step up.
The shot's good from Irving.
Almost effortless looking. Kyrie's motion inside is so well practiced.
Off his foot, and it's whistled a kick. Dallas making a switch here. Marshall's checked in, and Utah with a change here too. George Niang, he's checked in for Kyle Filipowski. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Here's Sensabaugh. And once again, off the mark by Utah.
And they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Jazz have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Anderson finds Niang, and the shot is good.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Moving against Anderson. Out to Thompson. Lets it go from deep. Hendricks pulls it in.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Down low, here's Anderson, and the layup's good off the glass.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Now here's Irving. This seems to be an era, Tim, of parity in the NBA, but some say there has been a lack of rivalries as well, kind of the culprit.
Well, I think it's tough to have rivalries as often now because you need some sort of a history in the postseason, and I just don't think we've had it. Kevin, also, I think it's because some of the stars have changed teams as frequently as they have, makes those rivalries less likely.
Can you think of the last real rivalry we've had in the postseason, even going to the finals?
I think it has to be Steph's Golden State Warriors and LeBron's Cleveland Cavaliers, 4 straight finals appearances.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Dereck Lively, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. Exum comes in for Marshall. Max Christie, he's checked in for Klay Thompson. And it's Russell in for Kyrie Irving.
If any defense gives you that much cushion, you have to take that shot.
High post, Davis. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And there are a few players who can dominate on both ends, but Anthony Davis is certainly among them.
Yeah, he's one of the most dynamic defenders in the game, Kevin, and offensively, he can hurt you in a multitude of ways, whether it's off the dribble, posting, or facing up. Well, one of the more versatile bigs in this league. AD can guard anyone and can attack from anywhere on the floor.
Here's Collier. No good with the triple.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know. And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And they are just breaking the will of their opponent.
Kessler with the bucket.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
So far, he hasn't done a lot of damage from 3. Only had that 1 in the first half.
Mavericks leading by 19. To the paint, here's Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
And when Davis gets going, you are in trouble because he will just power through you to get to his spots.
Here's Collier. Here's Bailey. Buries it from 3-point range.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
To the middle. And it's Exum in the corner. Lively sends a screen for Exum. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Mavericks lead by 20.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Najee Marshall, he's checked in for Dante Exum. Thompson comes in for Max Christie. And Irving subbed in for Russell. The Jazz call timeout. Present our player of the game, Anthony Davis.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
And this is exactly what a star player is supposed to do. Coming off a loss, he made sure they weren't going to make it 2 in a row. Jazz trail by 20. Pass to Sensabaugh. Here's Collier. Here's Kessler. Started by Davis.
Well, if you work the ball inside, it is going to pay dividends.
Dallas has gotten the 3-point bug tonight. They're taking 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. Thompson. Good. Another from 3.
And would you believe he's nearing 4th place for most 3-pointers of all time?
I cannot believe it. Not only does he have the talent, but he never stops working on his shot. This guy is something else. And the Jazz with possession here, following the miss by Kyrie Irving. Kessler, a screen on Irving. Collier. That 3 off the mark.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
He didn't quite get a hand on it, but he did enough to affect the miss.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Mavericks.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so checking out the record for these guys tonight will mark win number 37 for them on the year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Davis.
Well, offensively, he was about as locked in as you can be, and his team continued to find him.
Here's Irving, following the bucket by the Jazz. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's going to go on Isaiah Collier.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Yeah, the atmosphere in this arena has been unbelievable. Great all-around effort by everyone to put this game away.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Dereck Lively. Caleb Martin comes in for Dante Exum. Williams, he's checked in for Thompson. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Now here's Anderson. Martin with the screen for Anderson. Inside. Pass to Filipowski. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Hendricks. No good on the 3. High post, Davis. Driving inside.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
They are playing with so much confidence. They've been clutch all the way around.
So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan. This is the NBA on 2K Sports. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, Anthony Davis.